because teasing was a regular thing. And I'm a crier, bro, which means that if they teased me too much, I'm a cry. And then I wasn't a fighter, which made it even worse.
Not the scariest movie, Cabin in the Woods. But as soon as I was in the house alone, I stopped that.
You're like,
I said, I will wait for someone else to come.
you come and we watch it together.
We proudly said that we had the best comedy club in Africa.
Oh, yes.
Like,
Oh, that joint,
at the
bro.
time there was nothing.
I met Lawrence Fishburne at the comedy
when Pops was hosting that
yes.
night, I'll never
that
forget.
night was fire.
Like, start the show at 13 minutes past 8 because it was 2013.
Yeah.
The year 2013.
Right.
Nice to see you got your education.
Yeah, man. Doing it. Now he's on Netflix and what. And
I've almost been cancelled on this podcast.
Almost. He is still cancelled.
Still, bro.
Yo, our whole country put you down. You're like,
Still, bro. Yo, I did the thing with PNC, bro.
Yeah.
And the section they used as advertising is, yo, da-da-da, when did you come from Zim? The comments are like, we don't know this guy. Who's this guy? What do you mean he's from Zim? We don't know this guy. But you can tell, like,
they're out of
They do know.
they're saying it as in he's not one of us anymore. It's like, no, we don't know this
Written him
guy.
off.
Yeah.
They're not like us, you.
Yes. They're like, I was like, golly, boy. Damn. So I don't even know how I'm going to rectify that thing, bro.
Q, what's happening with the hats, bro? Sorry. I know, like, I don't know if you've addressed this before, but you used to be a bro that wore hats.
Yeah.
And then since you got the pens, you're like, I'm done with that life now. Because in the bakkie, the hat makes sense. Like, when you see him from the back at a traffic light, you're like, yeah, the hat,
that
the
man
bakkie.
should be.
Right.
Perfect.
He's from the farm.
Yeah.
Nah,
he's
bro.
on his way to collect livestock. Like, you can see now.
Either just dropped off some goats or he's going to pick some up. Nah, bro, I just was like, let me let my hair grow out for a bit, but I'm going to cut it soon. And then back.
So you never had a problem growing hair? You were just cutting it the whole time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just for the look. Then I was like, all right, let me just let it breathe and whatever, then cut it again. So, yeah.
Okay.
It's looking good.
Is it?
Yeah, well.
It's one of those, as long as you're happy. As long as you're happy.
I live in a very space of, I don't care what people think about me.
Right.
As long as I'm comfortable.
Right.
Carry on with your
But
life.
you've been on that for a while, bro.
Yeah, because why do I care? Why should you care what
Right.
people are thinking about you? What they're always going to have something to say. So
And you can't control what they think of you.
My dad's saying in life has always been, if you stress, you die. If you don't stress, you'd still die. So why are you stressing? Then I just applied that to
nice.
people are always going to have something to say. So whether they like you or don't like you, whether they're saying good things or bad things, doesn't matter. Because you still got to get up and go do your shit.
I think that free-flowing attitude, is that what helps with your improv? Because like you fire with the improv game.
Dude, I don't know. I think it's something that I've just been training for my whole life. Like I come from my background in Eldos. I had to be quick with the words.
Yeah.
Because teasing was a regular thing. And I'm a crier, bro, which means that if they teased me too much, I'm a cry. And then I wasn't a fighter, which made it even worse. And now they're laughing at you and you can't fight them. Then I'm like, no, man, how do I get around this thing?
Yes.
And then, because I used to get it from the bras, from the neighborhood in Eldos, and then I'd get it from my family, my mother's side and my father's side, both hilarious, both like love teasing and joking with people. So.
And you were going to parties. That's not helping either.
Parties is where I changed my life. Parties is where I went from being bullied to 5 to the bully. I was almost like I had a moment in grade 9 where I was like, actually,
what happened?
I'm done with this shit. Dude, it was so we had an off period. I was in grade 9, and like I said, I was bullied. I was a small lighty. I wasn't strong. I wasn't big. I was funny. I could tease, but I was bullied. I was pushed around. And I wasn't very confident. So anyway, grade 9, we get an off period just before first break.
Yeah.
And not an off period, we had an alcoholic woodwork teacher. He was like, go play soccer on the field. You know that time. Always just
a win
pink
is
in
a
the
win.
face. Yeah. Pink. I'm like, okay, shut. We thought he was a French teacher because of his car. Must have found the vault.
Oh, you went to the same school?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, so he gives us an offer. He's like, nah, go play soccer. My bra's got the soccer ball.
Yes.
And then you know how it is in wood schools. There's always like the tough guys and then everyone else. Like everyone, you know the group of tough ones, they'll moor anyone in the entire school.
Yes.
So there's always those, and they were in the same class, woodwork class as us. And so we're playing ball. There's a few of us, so we do 2 teams, 5 on, 5 aside, and 2 goals off. So we're rotating teams. And anyway, my bra's ball gets kicked down the embankment. You know, they've got that rock embankment from the rugby field down to the hockey field at the bottom.
Yes.
There's a rock embankment. And one of the bully Owens is at the bottom kicking the ball up, trying to kick it to the top
To
field.
the top back.
But he keeps hitting it against the rocks. So I'm like, dog, stop fucking kicking the ball against the rocks. It's gonna burst. Throws it up. We carry on. I'm sitting on my, you know, those Bantex cases.
Yeah.
Sitting on my box case because our team is off. Next thing, I get surrounded by these Owens. They're like, oh, we hear you swearing at our bra.
Oh, snap.
I'm like, no, what do you mean? They're like, nah, you swore at us. Oh. I'm like, gents, I didn't swear at him. I said, don't kick the fucking ball against the embankment. It's going to burst. I wasn't swearing at him. I was just swearing in general. But, you know, the bullies, bruh.
Yes.
They're like,
They're
we're
honest
looking
now.
for a reason. So now
They
I'm
don't
sitting,
care about grammar.
nothing, bruh. They don't care who's past participle, what. They're like, we are here to moor you now. So I'm sitting on my case. These owns are standing around me here. Now I'm sitting. They say to the bra who I apparently swore at, they're like, wow, just clap him.
Oh.
Just smack him. I'm like, yo, please don't fucking smack me. And the bra goes, nah, I can't hit her while he's down. Like, yo, thank goodness, a gentleman. He's not gonna assault me while I'm seated. I will stay seated. Because I do not want to be assaulted by these Owens.
Right.
And they say it again. One of the Owens says it again, man, don't worry, just clap him. And I'm like, hey, fuck. And he says again, nah, I'm not gonna do it. The third time, there's like a genie in the bottle, bro. Someone said it the third time. He responded again saying, nah, I'm not going to clap him. Then I realized in that moment, I was like, if I don't stand up now, these ones are going to do this to me for the rest of my high school career. I'm going to be this that sits down and gets told shit by these Owens. I'm like, what's the worst they can do? Eat me. Dude, I stood up. I took my watch off. I took my tie off. I looked at bra in the eye. I said, sharp, I'm standing. Show me now. You're going to smack me.
Right.
And then the bell rang. Right, it was like a movie.
It was saved by the bell.
The bell rang. I'm like, hey, you lucky. You lucky. Because now the teacher comes. He's like, we must go to assembly.
Right.
So I say, sharp. I put my stuff back on, grabbing my things. My Owens come, telling them the story. We're now walking back. But now everything's squashed. I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
Dude, we get to the assembly, to the quad. People are coming up to me from other class. We hear you fighting in meal at break. We hear you fighting in meal.
Oh,
No. Like, no, guys, we sorted. We finished.
The bell rang.
Oh,
The bell rang. What do you mean?
Oh, man, I had probably one of the biggest fights the school had ever seen. So me and my brothers, we were like the leftovers of friend groups. You know, when you don't fit into a particular group,
Right,
you just
and then
get
you form your
all
own.
of the loose ones come together.
Yeah.
That was my group of brothers. So there's like 6, 7 of us. I'm like, hey, gents, I need help. Let's go. We go down to the field. Bruh. We're standing on the field waiting. We see a rush of people, like must be like 50, 60 people walking down towards the field.
Snap.
It was like an old school Braveheart. They send one comes walking across the field, comes to us, he goes, Emil wants to know if you are going to fight. I'm like, my man, I'm standing on the field here. Tell him to come down.
Right.
So Bra comes down. We get into a bit of a tussle. A little bit, the prefects come, people separate us. But nothing hectic. And then we're walking now. One prefect's got me, another one's got him, and they're walking up after all the activity. And I pull loose, take my blazer off, chase up. I go, papa, drop 2 quick shots.
Right.
Then I let them take me back up to the principal.
Right.
After that, go back to class. I walk into my English class, which was what I have after break.
Yeah.
And as I opened the door, the first standing ovation of my life, the whole class stood up and applauded that I stood up to those motherfuckers. I was like, yes, man.
Right. This is it.
From there, I was a machine. I was a beast. I became a problem.
Nice.
Yeah.
Character arc.
No, bro, proper
Proper thing.
Like, oh my God, it's a movie. When I tell the story now, I'm like, I can't believe it.
So it wasn't that you couldn't fight, you just hadn't realized you had it in you.
No, I couldn't fight. I'd been in a fight in primary school, which was also a very stupid fight. I fought with a friend of mine because somebody said, "Yo, Jonathan says he's not bang of you." Then I went, "Okay, cool. I'm also not bang of him."
Right.
Then they went to him and they went, "Yo, Nick says he's not bang of you."
None of you
time, now we're fighting.
None of you bothered to cross-check this.
No, bruh. And Jonas, he hit me with one shot. I'll never, on the cricket pitch, he hit me like this. Bah! Straight on the nose. I fell straight down.
Right.
And I was like, I never want to fight again. Because I bleed immediately. I was like, I don't like this feeling. I want to fight. So I knew I wasn't good at fighting.
Yeah.
And I was scared of fighting. But in that moment, I was like, I have to change the way these Owens see me.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm going to be treated like this forever. And I refuse for them to treat me like this forever.
Right.
Whatever happens must happen.
True.
I feel like also that he's not afraid of you. He's not afraid of you is every war ever.
Yeah.
It's
man.
It's what's
America,
happening
Iraq's
now.
not afraid of you. You're not afraid of me.
Yeah.
You know we've got planes.
Right. It's exactly what's happening now, bro. It's what's happening now. Oh, that's fire, bro. And you find that with situations like that, even if you lose the fight, but the person at least has respect for you to say, okay.
No, as long as someone knows that when I fight you, even if I win, I'll be hurt. Then they're like, I don't want to get hurt again.
Exactly.
What's the point of winning something if I'm going to get hurt?
No, the best thing was like during second break, because we were in grade 9, these bully Owens, the that I fought, had friends in like grade 11 and 12. But second break, I'm walking through the quad. I see him standing and talking to one of the older bras. And I'm pretending not to see. I just keep walking past. Then I just hear the older bra say to him, "Let him move you." Bruh, it was the highlight of my year. That I was so disappointed in us. Like, him! You let him moor you. I was like, yes, it was. And to be fair, I didn't even moor him. Like,
Right.
It just, the way the story spread, it just seemed like I moored him. But I really just took advantage of the fact that prefects were holding him. I had an opportunity. I got 2 quick shots.
Right.
And then there's nothing he could do. Like, it was... My man.
You let him.
You let him move.
Oh, that's funny.
I was like, okay. You guys
That is
charge me.
hilarious, bro.
But that was the last time. That was
You
the
haven't
last
fought
time.
since?
No. Like I said, I went from being bullied to almost being the bully.
Yeah.
So not being the bully, but what happened is I realized that other people are not going to stand up for themselves always. And our school had, I don't know if Parkies was the same when you were there, but there's a habit of, if there's a fight, it's between me and you, all my bras moor you. I throw the first punch and then everybody jumps in.
Oh, yes.
And that was the thing I could never take. I hate that mentality of 5 against 1, 4 against 1.
Yes.
So then when that shit started happening after that fight, I was the brother that was first there, going and pushing. I was that I'm not involved. I'm like, no, you're not going to jump in. Let the Owens who want to fight. If they want to fight, let them fight.
do their thing.
But you're not going to get involved. Then I was now fighting the side fights here.
Right. I get you.
Yeah, I think you changed the game because after that it was always one-on-ones.
yes, man.
Parkies was just one-on-ones every second week.
Oh no, it's terrible when I was there, bro. Yo. I saw too many people. Like I knew once you go down,
That's it.
It's over. Cover your face, protect your ribs. Yeah. No, it was wild, bro. Wild. Gangsters, hell.
Yeah. No, I just knew that if you win a fight and then someone has an older brother and whatnot, now after school, after school it's that, and then it's like, but I won.
Yeah.
See, why did you have to go call your brother?
Right.
And your brother's stronger than my father. I can't do that. I can't call my father. It's like, terrible.
Snap. No, it is, bro. It is.
No, that's crazy. You guys had one of 3 African comedy clubs at the time, no?
Comedy, well, 2 technically.
2 technically.
So we had 3 because we did the Goliath Comedy Club Brahm as well, but that only lasted for a couple of months. We didn't stay there for too long.
Yeah.
So Melrose Arch and then Melville was the main spaces.
The main one, Melville and Melrose Arch.
Yeah.
And that was the only 3 though, because it was Parker's, Cape Town Comedy Club, and Goliath Comedy Club, right?
Yeah.
It was those three at the time.
On the continent.
On the continent, yeah.
There wasn't anything, yeah.
No, and we proudly said that we had the best comedy club in Africa.
Oh, yes.
That going, at the time there was nothing.
I met Lawrence Fishburne at the comedy club.
Pops was hosting that night. I'll never forget.
That was fire.
Like, he's here. I wonder if he has the pulse.
So he was just chilling.
Yeah, I
was in the toilet with Lawrence Fishburne. Yeah. I was in the toilet and he was here.
Wow.
I had to stop myself from saying the stupidest joke. I want to be like, red pill or blue pill?
Right. And you were like, all right, let me stop myself. Did you peek?
No.
You didn't? Okay.
You don't do that to Lawrence Fishburne.
Okay.
No, shame. But he didn't even stay for the whole show.
You didn't?
No, he left midway through because Pops gave a shout out. Pops saw him from stage and said, "Hey, shout out to Morpheus." Yes. And then the bra got upset.
He didn't want that spotlight on him.
To be So we had it was obviously not a intentional thing. But
yes.
He was just like, now that people have seen, because you're sitting quietly on the deck in the corner in the dark.
Yes.
So people hadn't, because he came in after the show had started and everyone's focus was on the stage.
Yes, they didn't see that he was there.
And then once Pops mentioned it, then he was like,
I've got to go out. He was there with his daughter, yeah?
I don't even know who he was there with. I just know to remember he was with security.
Yes.
He had his security with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Squad deep.
Like, really? Yes.
I remember that was the night Pops jumped off after Chris Mapane was on and he was like, did you guys see that Pona? Erection throughout the performance.
Look, I'm going to have to be honest and say I don't remember that part of the I think I may have blacked that out of my mind. Just like
Chris just had a dick print throughout his set.
Oh, nice.
Yo, but Paul is stupid hilarious, man.
Hilarious.
Dude, Comics Choice Awards, when he wrapped up at the end. Dude, I have not seen something that magical. The out took beats from every single thing that happened through the evening.
Yeah.
And while you were sitting with the rest of us and watching the show, he remembered to get up on stage and mention every single beat, and each thing was more funny than the previous. I was just like, this guy, how on earth does his brain even work? Pops Futsak.
Nah, he's funny, bro.
He's crazy. He's a genius.
He's crazy. But you also fire with that, because I remember you even saying once that you would put yourself in the top 3 MCs in South Africa. Like comedy
hosting? Yeah, I would.
I think I may have gone top 5, but I'll take top 3. I love hosting, bro. And I think what I love about hosting is that I realized that it's different to stand up, to just doing a spot.
Set. True.
It's you have a job. Like as a comedian, as doing a spot, yes, it's cool. You've got to come and be funny. That's standard. But the host's role is so important in just the energy and the vibe of the night. And can be a determining factor in how well the comedians do.
Yes. No,
because a bad host will destroy a whole night of good comedy, whereas a good host can make a night of bad comedy look good.
That's fine. That's true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
I love the challenge of hosting.
Yeah.
And the pressure of don't fuck it up, because all these actors that are coming up are relying on you. I'm like, that's my shit.
I've seen a bad host where every time he comes back, the audience is like,
like
and they're enjoying the acts. The acts are great, but they're like,
dude, can I tell you, Pops was so good at hosting when we had the club that there was a point where I had to stop booking him as a host. Because it was the reverse, where the audience was using the acts as a break between the Pops show.
Between him.
I'm like, dog, you can't be so good that you people that are good are coming and dying because they're waiting for your lip. So then I started only booking him as a headline. Yeah.
Snap.
So he was just too funny. Then I was like, this is a ridiculous statement to have to make. No, I can't book you as a host. You're too funny.
Yeah.
No. But you're stealing the show.
Snap.
That is the thing about running a show or comedy club, right? Like knowing who to put where.
To curate a lineup? Because now, this is why, I always say to you, that we need a comedy club back. Because you see lineups now. You're like, how? What? This doesn't make sense here. Like,
yes,
who's who here?
That was a nice thing with the Goliath Comedy Club, is that you could always look at a poster and go, those people should be on the same lineup.
On the lineup.
That's gonna make sense.
Yeah. Now it's just like, huh?
But,
okay.
You know, the audience perception of comedy, I think, has changed, or the way they come out to comedy. I don't know what it is. Like, because back then we could just put a poster together with your pictures on and put it out and do well. And we had also a lot less comedians that we had to book at the time. So when we saw the poster, you knew who was who, and it made sense because you could already see the structure of how it's going to work because there was a structure.
Yes.
Now I feel like there's almost no structures in terms of most of the gigs you go to. Like you say, you don't know who fits where or what must say. I'm doing a gig tonight that I pray that I'm hosting, because if I'm not hosting, it's going to be a long night of sitting and watching people die.
Yeah.
If you're not hosting, ask to go first.
No, then they've booked me as the headliner.
Yeah. Oh, they booked you as the host.
But that's also another thing that's changed, where now headliners don't necessarily close the show.
Yes.
It's like the person's booked as the headliner, but then they go third or something.
Yeah,
and right. But shouldn't the show be done?
Right.
Dude, and that's so I want to go, this is how it's supposed to be done. But at the same time, I don't want to put rules in place because who made the rules? Who says this is how it's supposed to go?
Yes,
that's just how we found it, comedy working.
Yeah.
And we got into the industry and we just picked up the rules and ran with it. Whereas now, like, Bioscope is a perfect example of the acts that are booked go on first so that they can leave space at the end for the open.
Everyone else
just
who
surprised. And it works at Bioscope because of the way it's hosted, it's run.
The way they're doing the show.
So I feel like each show has a structure that it should be working with.
Yes. But see, with the Bioscope, it's like intentional, right?
Yes.
They're doing it intentionally. But there's others where you just like, no, you're just doing a thing.
You just said, hey,
throwing things
here's
together.
a show, we're done.
Yeah.
Perform, guys.
That gig I'm doing tonight is exactly that. It's exactly... I'm on there with a sex therapist and a DJ on the poster.
Whoa. You see? It's like, come on.
Is the sex therapist doing comedy? Oh.
My man, and I don't even know if she's a sex therapist. It's sex. There's some sex talk. Some I don't know. So that's going to be interesting because I tried to speak to the bra and go, dude, you've got to have at least just some type of structure. We did a gig with him. Just some type of structure to understand where we're starting, where we're ending, so that if I am hosting, I need to know who's coming next on the lineup, how long you need, what time do we want to start, what time do we want to end. Because those are things for me that are important for a show.
Yeah.
For an audience member, you want to know that 10, 10:30, between 10 and 10:30, the show's going to end. I'll be on my way out. Latest 11 o'clock. But now, when you have no idea, now you're still sitting at 11:30 waiting for the headliner to come on.
That is a thing for comedy also, because it's not like clubbing. People don't go out for comedy and go, I'm going to be out till 12.
They're just supposed to be there to do the thing.
To do the thing and go home.
So like when we were doing when we started out our gigs, comedy was kind of the precursor to going to the club. Like you come you come from dinner, you watch a comedy show, and then from the comedy show you go and
hit the club,
wherever
or
you want to go,
with your lady, have a good time, right?
Even Parker's was that, because it was Parker's comedy and jive.
Yes, you stay and groove till the early hours with a 10 rand tequila.
Yo.
I just tasted that tequila now in my throat.
Parker's is where I found out how much white people love to buy you shots.
When you do well. When you do well. When you are here.
When you're in the armpit, then you know.
Yes.
It's about to be a long night.
When you've done badly, you'll watch others get shots. You know when other comics have to include you. Oh yeah, you can get one for him as well. And you're just there like...
There's nothing as sad as a consolidation shot.
Yo.
Yeah, you too. You too.
Yeah, you too.
It's like the consolidation photo like that where they give the phone to you.
Right.
Oh, but you were also on it.
Yeah.
Come take you were also funny.
Right.
You're just about to ask me to take the photo. How do you mean?
I was also...
No, let's find someone else to take the pictures.
Man. But I'm sure you saw a lot like with running a show, because I remember you were saying you had your list of people that you listed from funniest to in knowing,
in my mind,
How is that experience then and seeing how comedy is going now, right? Especially given like with the young talent, like the new guys, improvement wise and so on. Because for me, there's about 2 or 3 that I'll say, okay, from the last time I saw you, there's a thing.
There's improvement.
There's improvement. The rest seem I love them to bits. But the rest seem very, okay.
Stagnant.
Yeah, we're okay with just...
What's their motivation to get better?
To get better, right.
Like now, when we started, there's no social media where you could post funny videos and get a big following on social media and then just do comedy because people are coming from your social media to watch you do live comedy. And then you can be average there. We had to be funny there and they then follow us. And the reason I had, excuse me, the reason I had the list was, like you were saying, so that I could understand who I want to have on the lineup. So that because I booked lineups all the time. I booked lineups for over 10 years, bro.
Yeah.
And then you start to understand who goes with who. Like I wouldn't want Dylan and what's the other one line the guy now? Quibus. Sorry.
Quibus.
You don't want Dylan and Quibus going
straight after each other
on the same lineup, kind of straight after each other. It's kind of the same thing. So you've got to then find the host with the headliners, with the support acts, and then the open spots that are going to fit in. So it was more just for me to be able to structure how I wanted my lineups, because we had a break also, which has also kind of fallen away. I think these days we don't have a break. So we'd do a first half would be, because when we started in comedy, it was open spot, support act, headliner, break.
Right.
Then second half would be again either support or open, and then headliner.
And then that's the show.
If there were 2 or 3 acts, it would obviously change. But we then realized at some point that the first slot, giving it to the open spot, it's so much pressure as the first act, because you almost, aside from the host, you're almost setting up the level of comedy that we're gonna start at, and then technically it should just increase with each act. It should just keep getting better. And we realized we're putting so much pressure on the open spot to do that first slot. Let's see if we switch it around and put the support act who's got more experience. They can then kind of get the night going, then sets it up nicely for the open spot to come and do their thing, gives them the best opportunity to perform well. Because as an open spot, you're still nervous, you're still trying to work on your 5. And also time back then was a very serious
thing. It was very tight on time.
A 5 was a 5. We'd give you 7.
Yes.
And after 7, people are like, we're not booking this one again. Because now you disrespect. We don't care how funny you are. You're taking time, because time was a thing that was instilled in us that you're not. Because comedians now, I find, have this thing of, why are you flashing me? I was killing. I'm like, but you were doing 12 minutes already.
Yes.
Right.
And you were open spot, who's only had 5 minutes. But I was killing. But you're stealing from the headliner. Because that's what we were taught was, yes, you're killing, you're doing well, getting the laughs, but the audience is getting tired, they're getting drunk, they're getting frustrated. And now at the end of the night, when the headliner, the person who brought them there, because the headliner was your ticket seller. So the person that brought them there, they get when they're at the worst, the audience is at the lowest point, their energy is low, they're tired, they're hungry, whatever. So that was why time was such a big thing. And we had to have the structures in place because we also had rooms, good comedy rooms that were run well. We had Kitcheners, we had the Box, we had the Underground, we had our club. There were
Box.
My man,
the Box was fire, bro.
My man. And the reason, and I've been saying it for years, is there was aspirations, there was a structure, a hierarchy. Because in our thing, there's no hierarchy. You can come and say, I'm a comedian, and be a DJ. Doesn't matter. Nobody can question. So, and you can go into any room. You can book a spot at Bioscope, at Artistry, in any of the rooms. You can just say, I'm a comedian. So, where's the motivation then to get better? What happened with the Box? Like, you couldn't get to the Goliath Comedy Club if you hadn't performed at the Box and killed at the Box.
Well,
And you couldn't get onto the Box if you haven't done Kitcheners. And killed at Kitcheners. So we had to hear from Robbie or Laz or Mojak, who were running Kitcheners at the time. Hey, Panch is coming up, he's a young light, he's good at comedy, give him a cap. We're
Right.
gonna go cool because we respect these O's as peers. We trust their word. Bring Panch in, put him on at the box. Panch kills at the box. Bring him next week, dies. Next time, dies.
Yeah.
And we go, okay, cool. Maybe there's something. We work with him, see, and just keep building and building. But Panch came there to the box to kill because he wants to get to the Goliath Comedy Club, and he knows the way to get there is to go through the process.
Through this thing,
So there was a reason to keep getting better.
Right.
To work on your 5.
Yeah.
That tight 5. Build that 5 because you build that 5, you build that confidence.
Yeah.
Like it changes the way you are on stage, the way you move, the way you perform.
Yeah.
Too many of the new acts are trying to do new material all the time.
Yes.
Like the advice I got was don't perform for the comedians. They not
Perform for the crowd.
perform for the audience. You worried that the comedians are thinking, he's telling the same jokes again. It doesn't matter. It's the audience responding.
That's
are they
who came to
enjoying
watch.
it?
Yeah.
They're the ones who paid for the tickets.
Yeah.
So perform for them. And I think that's something that we've lost. The aspirational rooms. Like it's too easy to get onto a stage now.
I think another one is access to the bigger acts. Like seeing other people who are really good at the thing perform. It's like a lot of the guys don't get up on at the Bioscope or places like this. So like they never see people who are that good. Whereas we'd go to like Kitchener's and Robbie's there, Tats is there, Lloyd's there. And you're like, comedy is here. I'm here. Comedy is here. Whereas right now it's like they're mostly hanging out with themselves. So they're like, this is comedy.
Yeah. No.
Fair.
And back then we used to call those rooms of death. Those where it's just a whole lot of open spots,
right?
And you all shit. You're just trying to be the best on the night. You're not trying to do comedy. You're just trying to be the least shit of the shit
of that
people.
Night.
Then I'm like, no. So that's a COVID thing, bruh. COVID kind of took that away from us. Because we learned from being in the room with Conrads, with Kaggies, with Lois. They see someone that's funny and go, hey, here's the advice. This is what you need to do. This is what you need to focus on. Yeah. And when you came in, it was still that way.
It was
everybody was still there, and we passed the knowledge down generation by generation by generation. And now it's so, like you say, there's so few of the acts that the bigger, more experienced acts that go and perform at the local stages. And I think that's just a case of a lot of them are not run well, like Monday night comedy. In Melville, I've been like, I know it's picking up, and I hate to be that guy to bash Monday night comedy, but I'm just like, I got to a point where I went when it was at, what is that? I don't know what. There's like a wine spot. I don't know what it was called.
Yes.
Oh yes,
before it
the place even closed down. Sips.
Yes. And I was just like, it's a waste of my time to be here because I can't even go and test bits because the audience is so not there for comedy. You get the wrong feedback. It's not helping me. So then I just stopped going. And I see it's moved back to 6. But even there, like the problem with 6 was they don't have a door here.
The noise.
Music is banging in from this side while I'm telling jokes from the I was just like, man. So I don't want to be in that space. And the young comics, bruh, I would have never just walked up to Loy and Kaggy while they were having a conversation and go, guys, do you know what you need to do with your jokes?
Right.
No, are you serious?
Dude, the young cats now, the new act, bruh, the same gig I'm doing tonight.
Right.
One of the Owens that's a new spot, I bring him on, the O dies on his ass. I'm like, hey, let me leave it there. I'm not gonna, he died, it's harsh. Then he goes, ladies and gents, thank you so much. Please welcome back to the stage your host, Donovan Goliath.
Now I must,
So then I went in on him. Then I destroyed him. The audience laughed, lekker. Then the O comes to me after the show. He's like, man, sorry I got your name wrong. I should have said to them, I only know the famous ones. Then I wanted to go, like, I see what you're trying to do.
What you're doing,
But you don't know me, bruh. You're not a comedian. We are not friends.
We're not friends.
Peers. Like, you disrespecting me.
Yeah.
And you just died. It's a different thing if you killed and you're coming to joke with me. Because that's how comedy works. If you're funny, you can come and joke with me. You can tease me hundreds. But you just died on your ass. And you're not coming to apologize.
You're not supposed to speak the night you die.
No,
the
go
night
home.
You die, no, you stay. Like, be silent. Be silent within our
Yeah,
breast.
you just go sit in the
Stay.
corner.
You simmer in your death. Like simmer in your soup of death. Yo.
Oh no,
No,
he
so
should
that
have.
respect, man.
He should have met
right.
high school Nicholas.
Right.
I'll beat your ass, man. Oh,
No. It's I get you. I get you. But then also there's a thing where I'm happy comedy corrects itself.
yeah, it will.
You know what I mean? It's like, okay.
It will sort
Okay,
itself out.
you know what I mean?
Yes,
Grow
yes,
the
yes.
big head.
No, because comedy is a long game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because there's even people who you see come in and have a great first year,
Yeah.
right? And then it's like, yeah, but now
Now,
Punch,
this
you
thing
were
is
one
a
of those
long
people.
game.
Punch was one of those people who came in
did.
strong, bruh. 16 years old. 16. There were whispers in the industry.
Right.
Have you seen the 16?
right.
Have you seen the 16-year-old
Right.
Punch? Oh my gosh, it's so fun. So fun.
come on with it.
Bruh, they all came in strong and hilarious. Like we had to go, bruh, when you're done with school, come and talk to us. Because then we can put you on lineups. Because like
Yeah.
now we're still worried. You're coming to the box on a Sunday tomorrow.
Yes,
your
school.
maths
Yes,
homework is not done.
Yeah.
Your
No,
mother's
Nick-
coming to
Nick-
us.
Right.
you guys were one of the most serious people about that going, you in school. Because I remember even the first time I went to the box, you were like, are your parents okay with you
Yeah.
jumping on the stage?
Okay.
This is the thing that they're fine with.
Yeah.
And that was always the energy I got from you guys. It was like, make sure that you get your education first, and then after
You can come play.
I think your words were, comedy's not going anywhere.
Right.
It's still here, bruh.
Comedy's still here.
It's still here,
Still
and
there.
you've got your education plus. One
Yeah.
pleasure
100%.
come from doing beautiful things in the world.
in the world, in the Netflix
But let's not take away from the story. Came in very strong,
Right.
very confident. Because what happens in comedy is, if you are funny,
Yeah.
you get more attention and you get more stage time. Because we know there's potential.
Yes.
Let's give him more stage time so that he can develop a little bit quicker.
Right,
So
right.
that if you've read, I don't know if you've read Outliers, but it's the same principle of Outliers, where when you're good at a thing or stronger, you get more attention, more training.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
naturally get
Yes,
better
yes, yes, yes,
quicker than people you've come in
Yes.
with, because
Yeah.
you're getting more work and more time and effort.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that thing in comedy can make you go,
I'm here now.
I'm funny.
I'm here
I've
now."
got this.
Right.
I own this shit. Then we have to go, no.
Right.
No.
Calm down.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Right,
And
right,
then
right.
I think matric exams came and Punch disappeared, went quiet a little for
Right,
a
right,
long
right,
time.
right.
Hey,
And you're
those
like,
things,
hey,
those things will kick you.
Yeah.
They'll whoop your butt.
yeah, but
But then-
that's the thing, is that you came back. You didn't
Yeah.
leave it there, because a lot of people also come in, get the fame, get the attention, and then one thing goes wrong and they leave. You don't see
You
them
don't see them
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Got you.
No,
Got you.
for me, I think it was, I always attributed specifically to you, Mojack,
Mhm.
and I think was it Laz, who went, go do varsity,
Mhm.
go do the thing, finish, come back, do comedy,
Mhm.
make sure you finish whatever you have to finish, and then
Yeah.
my parents, obviously.
Yeah.
But then I decided I was just gonna study acting because I knew this is what I was gonna do.
Got you.
I want to
got
stay
you.
in this space, but get the education nonetheless.
Right.
So it was like, go do that. And for me, I feel like it's helped in a way.
Yeah,
It feeds
good.
into each other.
Each other.
Comedy,
Yeah.
you know, I always believe if you have a comedian doing anything, it makes it better. They said it at Comics Choice, comics do it best.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
yes.
bruh, I can't,
Yes.
it feel arrogant saying it, but
No, it's the truth,
Yeah.
bro.
true.
Yeah.
Put us in a
the
TV
truth.
ad, it's funnier.
Yes.
Put
Yeah.
us
Writing
as a
room.
host,
Writing
it's
room.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
MC or function, whatever
Yes.
it is. Not true, bro. That's very true.
Yeah. Comedians even write horror better. Jordan Peele.
Jordan,
Oh,
oh, yeah.
Yo, it's like, it's insane.
Yeah. Speaking of horrors, have you seen the new one? What is it called? Sinners.
Sinners. I haven't
No, I
seen
haven't
it.
I want to watch that as well.
I've been hearing good things.
I
Yeah.
love horror. Yeah.
Do you love horror?
I love horror.
Yeah?
It's my-
Really?
it's my thing. I love anything. Horror, thrillers, like anything that's just. You know what I love about a horror is that
Right.
jump scare, man. Because I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm a grown man.
Right,
I know what's
shouldn't be.
happening. Because even now I know. Once I hear the music peaking, I'm like, something's about to happen here.
Right.
They're gonna
And
try
then
and
it's still-
I'm like, I knew they were gonna try and scare us. How did I still get
How do they do it? That's fun. Can you watch it solo?
Yeah.
I can't.
No, that's
I
that's
can't. I need
that's a
someone
lot.
with me. Yeah, I need
That's
someone
I
with me
can't.
to know that. No, I won't sleep.
You
bro.
know, when I knew I was weak, so I was shooting the one I was doing in Limpopo.
Yeah.
It's a horror, and I was watching the reference film, not the scariest movie, Cabin in the Woods. But as soon as I was in the house alone, I stopped that.
You're like,
I said, I will wait for someone else to come back.
You come and we watch it together. Right.
When I say I can watch alone in my house, where there's security gates, security at the gate.
At the gate, okay.
Yeah, no, I'm fine.
Okay.
I can watch any horror movie.
Right.
Put me in a cabin in the woods.
And then say,
and
press
play a
play.
horror movie. Not a chance, no, man. Not a chance. Because that's when you pause and you go, did you just hear?
Right.
Is there something? You know when you hear that?
Right. That little squeak of the door. Yo.
No.
Yo.
I can't believe there hasn't been a horror movie set in Orania. Like, I feel like there's just something there. There's gotta be something. Did you see the EFF
that would be fire.
like trying to shut down Orania?
Why?
Because they're like, why do you have a state in a state?
I get, dude, I get the why do you have a state in a state? What I don't get is they don't want to be around us. They've moved to a space where they can be by themselves. And
why do you want them?
Now you want to release them into the wild. For what? They're not bothering us. They're doing their own thing. From what we hear, it's very nice.
Like
Yeah.
I never thought of it like that. You don't go to the safari and go to lions. Don't you want to come to the city?
Yeah, it's like, leave them there.
Come on, Simba. No.
Leave them there.
Leave them.
Because also I dated someone
from Orania.
No, who made us go to Orania?
The one EFF voter was stating Q-Dube.
Q, our future is secure.
Yo. So she made us go to Orania for, I don't remember what weekend it was. And we went there, we like campsite vibes and whatever.
Well,
it was like, right. But then I didn't know the thing.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, there's a lot of white people here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when they are trying to be friendly, they're extending the friendly, almost like they know you're not here for long.
Yeah.
So let's just let this happen. They're not staying. He's gonna leave. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's just. I'm not there to ask for.
When they're looking at their watch, going, next week this conversation is different.
It's different. If it's still here next week, hey. I'm asking for biltong and stuff.
Yeah.
If I'm asking for rental prices, then this is gonna be different. So it was like that. Then I get to, I don't remember, I think I told comics that I was in Orania and everyone was like, what the fuck were you doing?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I was. So when they then tell me, then I Googled and I read and then I'm like,
that's crazy.
Then I'm like, wait a minute. But then the other side of my wait a minute is, but that's not a, it's not like I was in Santon.
Yeah.
It's like, this is the Orania? They can have this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, okay, if I was in some space where I'm like, yo, I was at this joint and they were like, yo, you were in the center of, and then I could say, yeah, but that's unfair.
Yeah.
I was there, I was like,
no, because you have to go there. You have to go to them to go and be unwelcome.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you drove hours.
Yes. It's not on the way to somewhere. You're not trying to get to Pretoria.
Yes, you specifically went there.
I'm just like, leave it. It's the same as, for me, it's the same as those who immigrated to Australia, to America, to wherever, to get away from whatever is happening in South Africa. I'm just like, you don't want to be go.
Yes.
These are the low budget ones. They're like, hey, we couldn't afford flights. Let's just build our own space here in amongst the people. And I just feel like there's enough land for us to fight over. Other than that, leave them. So I'm just like, leave them.
It's not prime real estate.
That's it. It's just like, this is the Orania.
And they're not bothering us. That's my, like, why are you going to poke the bear?
Yes.
And the bear is in its house, minding its business. We know they don't like us.
Yeah.
Fine. Stay there.
Right.
No, I just never thought of it like that. Like, don't bring the lion to Johannesburg.
Yeah.
Where are you going? Come,
just going to open up
with us.
the Kruger gates. Like, come, guys, come.
Now we have to have a racist here in the studio because because now you can't live in Orania. Now you must sit and go, these bloody.
Right.
No, bro, we don't want you here.
Go there.
Go make your racist podcasts. All in Afrikaans there in Orania. Welkom hier bij Orania.
Snap.
No, man.
Snap.
I'm
but
just like, let the people be.
But speaking of that attitude, like, you guys have a dope podcast, the Happiness Economy.
Happiness Economy.
Yeah, man. for me, it ties into like the way you view that.
Yeah.
To say, look, I'm not going to unnecessarily bother myself and bring negativity to me, leave them there and whatever. Because I've watched quite a lot of episodes and I think one of my favorites was Dylan's because of what he was going through and him expressing that at the time. But the concept of chasing happy is such an interesting one.
Dude, it's because that's what you have to do. Happiness is not a thing that you get and own and have. It's a thing that every day you work on it. You're happy today, tomorrow things go wrong as life happens. Things are always going to go wrong. So it's nice to have that. Like we're just trying to change the way we see happiness, the way we understand what happiness is, because nobody teaches us how to understand and engage with happiness or even know what happiness is or what makes us as individuals happy. Like, you know, so it's a thing that we're trying to interrogate because we don't know. I'm go through cuck. I had a cuck day yesterday. I'm having a bit of a better day today, but I mean, life is happening and you know, life is hard, bruh. For me, for you, everybody, all of us here, we're going through something. Something deep, something hard, something that you don't speak about to everybody because it's a personal, painful thing. Then I'm like, why am I going out into the world and making someone's life harder? Why am I intentionally going and making my life harder by adding a 3-hour drive now far Orania is? But so now you drive for however many hours angry to get to this place where you want to be angry so you can go fight to the... Why? You could have stayed at home and had a braai with your bras and enjoyed the weekend, but you chose to go and fight people who...
Where there's anger.
Literally are going... We don't want to see you. You know, so then it's just that, like, man, I'm more and more realizing that everybody's going through shit, bro. And if I can do something to make somebody's life a little bit easier, whether it be for 5 minutes, whether it's just a little smile on your face, or something, dude, a thing that makes me so happy is when I'm driving and I'm at a stop street to a robot and there's a pedestrian that wants to cross. You know how many times I watch people accelerate to get ahead of the pedestrian? Then I'm like, 10 seconds is what it's going to take for me to wait. So this person can cross in front of me and then I can carry on with my life. I'm driving in my car. This person is walking. I don't care who they are, where they're walking to, but I mean, rushing to save 10 seconds.
Right.
It's like, I don't know. I just have this thing of people are going through shit. You don't know what they're going through. Try to make their lives easier. Try to make your life easier. I don't want that energy of fighting and anger and stress because now you accelerate, that person does something, you do something, now you're swearing at each other. For what? You don't know this person.
It was 10 seconds for that whole thing to not
exist.
Your whole day is ruined because you didn't wait that 10 seconds because now you're angry, you didn't get to swear, you didn't get to murder. So you drive the person that cuts you off next to you and swear, fight with him. Like, that energy you carry with you through to the next person. When you get to your partner at home, you treat them differently because you walk into the door angry. Whereas you didn't have to. You could have just let that person go. And you would have walked in smiling, going, baby, I'm home. Now you come in going, fuck this fucking traffic. These people, kick the table, kick the dog. You know?
Are you finding it easier to be happy as you get older?
No. Finding it more difficult.
More difficult, really?
You know, dude, because now I'm starting to truly understand what happiness is. In the past, I believed that happiness was Friday, having enough money to go and drink and party with my friends for the weekend. That was where my happiness was. And then now I realize, oh no, that was escaping the life that I hated. It wasn't happiness. It was just a way for me to escape, to feel better for time period, as opposed to actual happiness, where I go, dude, it makes me so happy that I can be here on a Thursday afternoon. You know, that my kids are in a good school. There's food at home. Like small things make me happy now, bro. I never thought of before. A beautiful sunset makes me happy. Brings me so much joy in my life to go, look at this. Yes, I'm in traffic, but look at this fucking beautiful sunset. If I wasn't in traffic, I would not have seen this now.
But is that harder?
What?
Do you think it's harder to exist in that framework of happiness than the one before?
I think it's harder to understand or to get to a point of understanding. Like it's I think it's very easy. You know, I say to people often, I wish I was still ignorant to how I'm in control of my own life. And how because people who are ignorant to the fact that they're in control, it's everybody's fault, eh? My boss hates me, that's why I don't get the promotion. If it wasn't for apartheid, you know, my grandfather would have been, and then my mother would have been, and then I would have been. If it wasn't for the pothole, you know, you find any excuse to blame anybody for everything, but you never take accountability. Then taking accountability is fucking hard, bro. Because you've got to go, oh shit, it's me. It's me. Whatever's happening, it's me. And then it just makes it like, I think the more I'm starting to understand it, the easier it's becoming. So I'm starting to feel more happier. But the learning process and the adjustment of mindset from drinking is what makes me happy too. No, I drink when I'm having a good time with my friends too. It's an occasional thing.
That's such a huge shift.
That's a shift
about it.
That is a shift.
It's cool. It's two completely different
spaces.
States of drinking.
Consumption, everything.
Because the way you consume your alcohol changes. Because when you're drinking because you think that this thing's making you happy, you want to get as drunk as possible, as quick as possible. Whereas if you're having drinks with your friends and a good time, you want to be able to be present, be aware. You
want to savor the moment.
Enjoy the moments and have conversations. And as we get drunk, the conversation deteriorates and we enjoy that deterioration because the party, you know, that.
No, when I think of happy moments when having a drink, that's actually what it is. You know what I mean? We're watching the finals, Springbok finals.
Yes,
at,
Bioscope.
44 Stanley. No one was trying to get too drunk. It was just like we having the drinks and enjoying this
enjoying the moment But I think to Thingy, what you were saying, like the difficultness, it's like gratitude, right?
Yeah.
Practicing gratitude which is what you're stuck in traffic, you see the thing and finding the silver lining, man. In things. So like with practicing gratitude, it's in the worst of times to be able to say, okay, at least this, that, and that is working and I'm grateful for that. I'm in this and I'll fix this whenever, however. But I'm also happy that this exists and that's tough, bro. That is a tough thing to do. Yeah, it's so tough.
No, it's unbelievably difficult. And I think it's so difficult because it has to happen every day. All the time. Like your mind has to be focused on finding the positive. Because bad shit happens all the time. And it's easy to just switch into that lane and just get sucked down the rabbit hole of sadness and depression. So, yeah, man, it's that gratitude thing, it's a lot of work, but when it works, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
I see the world differently now. And I find myself, especially now, I just read a book called Rethinking Happiness. And Rethinking Happiness and the Beliefs That Guide Us. And it's just a book around what we think happiness is and how important our thoughts are to creating our happiness on a daily basis. Because we get into the negative spiral of maybe you don't have enough money for your debit orders or whatever, and you go, debit orders, am I even good at what I do as a career? Am I even good as a person to get into this career? Am I even partner? You know, spiral, quick. So then to be able to just stop yourself and go, okay, cool. Yes, I don't have enough money, but then gratitude. What do I have? What am I happy about? You know, and then being able to change and go, cool, I'm in this situation. How do I then make sure next month I don't end up here again? What is the lesson that I need to learn? Because those hard times come with the lesson, and it sounds cliched and bullshit, but it's the truth. You learn how to not do a thing so that you can appreciate it next month.
No, it's like dying, isn't it? Like,
on stage.
You learn that, next time I need to do that.
Right. And shift this
next time maybe not that.
Let me change these few words here.
Right. Or throw away a whole gag. Like this thing, bye-bye.
This thing needs to go. Yo, throwing away a gag hurts.
Bruh. Because sometimes you get a gag or Chris Mapane taught me the difference between a gag and a moment. And he was like, sometimes you're chasing a moment. The thing that worked there, you then take it and say, that's a gag.
Yeah.
Next room dies.
Yeah.
Next dies. But you're like, but it killed. And it was like, because that was a moment. That was beautiful. It was, it fit in so well there.
But it's its own magic.
It's not a thing. And then you're like, okay, I have to discard of this whole thing.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
But that's what I love about improv and those off the cuff replies that the audience is. I feel like that's where the magic of comedy lies.
Yeah. Okay.
In that moment where you and the audience realize, this is just for us, just for now. I can't go and do this. I teased you about a thing that everyone can see here, and we all agree, and we're all like, that's funny. It's that. Because then we know that doesn't matter. You can do it anyway in another room. It's not going to work because it wasn't set up for. So
it's an inside joke for us.
For us.
Right. Now. Everyone here.
And only now. Oh, man. Magic. That's where the audience goes, oh my God, he's a genius. He's a genius.
They're like, that is me. Yeah. That is my name. That's fire, bro.
That's so dope.
That is fire. I know Jay has done one man. I think he's done two now. There's menstruation, which I love that one, man.
Yeah.
I think that's a very underrated special.
Yeah.
I think that's extremely underrated. The things he talks about, But anyway, saying that to say, when are you recording like your one?
Dude, I've always had this weird thing with like one man solo shows. Like it's not a priority for me. I don't know why. I can't. I've done two one-man shows.
Yeah.
Right.
Just didn't record
I didn't record either of them. And it was, the first one I did was like after 8 years of comedy. And that was just out of pressure from the industry going, dude, when are you going to do a show? When are you going to do a show?
Okay.
And then I was like, okay, cool. Let me take all my material I've got and just go do that material. And then there I had to throw away a gag because it turned out to be inappropriate. It made me so angry. But I'm not even going to go into that because I don't want to be cancelled.
Right, okay.
But I threw that gag very far away.
Right.
And then most recently last year, I decided, let me do a one-man show.
Okay.
And then the material that I did actually works a lot better for the Happiness Economy Comedy Tour.
Right.
We use personal stories that we tell the audience in a comedic way to try and deliver a message. And that's the thing that I believe in more is the happiness economy.
Okay.
And the messaging behind it. So I was happy to take my one-man show and transfer the material.
The material
to the show.
there. Got you.
So in terms of recording a show, bruh, I don't even know. What I want to do is look at the new format, because I'm still in this old school thinking of one man or solo is 60 minutes. Dude, these people dropping 15-minute shows. Like it's
30-minute ones. 30-minute specials.
Quick, easy, just bang him out. So
you think
I think that's maybe more something that I'd look at doing. As opposed to like doing the big recording, the 1 hour, for Netflix, for Showmax, for whatever.
I would love to see improv special from you. Like an improv one, even like just little 5-minute ones. That. I love that so much.
So I've been recording like wherever I host, I try and put up a camera and record, and because I've realized like I've been fighting the social media monster for years.
It's here, bro.
But it's here.
It's here, bro.
Here. You really can't fight
You can't fight.
You can't fight it.
Dude, I do it with so much resentment. Right. Like I have the stuff. I have recorded the stuff. It's on my phone.
Yes.
And it's there. It's staying on my phone. Getting dusty in this folder because I don't even go in to go and look at the stuff out. So, because you're also not the first one to say you'd like to see some
I'd
improv
love
stuff.
that. No.
I'd love to do improv. Actually, like proper structured improv.
Whose line is it anyway?
Whose line is it anyway?
Okay.
Like with Chris Forrest. Because we did, Jay, Don and I did one, I think it's probably still on Comedy Central.
Okay.
Oh, really?
We did a special, so we had a Goliath and Goliath special where it was an hour, did 30 minutes of comedy and then 30 minutes of improv. We had Chris Forrest as our game leader.
Right.
And my man, one of the most fun things I've ever done in my life.
That's fire.
I love improv.
But did they only do it as a once-off?
It was just a once-off thing. It was for a festival. They had like some big international comedy festival happening.
Yes.
At Silver Star. I think you may have been.
Oh yes. Oh, the Comedy Central. I forgot what it was called. But yes, the one with Ari Spears and Hannibal.
Yes, they had that big dome.
Yes. That was a great time.
Yeah, so we did it there. And improv is if I can get Chris Forrest and 4 other people to start improv, that's what I feel.
Because you used to do it in Melville.
Try to get it going. And the only thing is you have to practice.
Right.
You have to practice. And in order to get better, you have to practice, and we have to do it on a regular basis. And as comedians, if this week you get booked for a gig, you're going to go to the gig.
You can't
and next week you get booked for a different gig or someone else or 2. So now we have 4 or 5 people that are dedicated to doing the thing.
Yeah.
But 3 of them are booked. So now 2 of us are there, or 2 of them are booked, and 3 of us are there. It's not enough to practice the games, to do the thing. So now that means every time there's 2 people booked out of the 5, we can't practice, or we're not doing the thing, or the energy then changes. So so it's difficult to get improv going. And Chris Forrest used to do Starship Improvise with Mojack.
They did that at Parker's,
Yeah.
Okay.
Fire, bruh. Fire.
Man. It feels like that's when maybe comedy, because you're right, COVID changed a lot.
Bro, it was a golden era. The only problem is we didn't know it.
Right.
If you knew. Oh, no, man.
Because now I'm trying to think, what would it take to, or maybe let's not, but I don't think, if you were to say, people, come on, let's do the thing.
Do you think it could happen again?
I definitely think it could happen. We need a space. I personally believe we need Chris Forrest because he understands the thing intimately. And then we need the players.
Right.
We need the players to get
involved. Who want to do the thing.
Who understand what improv is and who are keen to learn and develop and commit to go. Every week we will be here at this time to practice,
to do the thing.
Oh, that's
do
nice.
the thing. And man,
I might know someone though. I'll tell you about her. I'll tell you about her. Do you also think though, the other one, do you think that comedy clubs can make a comeback in SA?
Ooh.
I think so.
Comedy club, I think a room, not a club. Because a club doesn't make money. Comedy club doesn't make money. You're doing that for the industry. Like that club, beautiful as it was in Melrose Arch, made no money off that thing.
Really?
Like it wasn't a money maker. That thing we broke even. We paid bills.
We
weren't winning, we weren't losing. But it was just you're just working for the industry. And that thing will teach you very quickly how the industry also doesn't care about you. They will use your space, they will use you. And then they'll carry on with their lives. They won't care about call times, they won't care about arriving. You know, like you'll deal with all types of cack, and then it becomes a job, which is not where you want to be. And the reason I say a room now is I just think that the overheads, the cost of living, is just way too high to dedicate a space specifically to comedy and go, cool, there's a comedy room that we will use for other things. I don't see that happening. I see us having a room that's used for other things where we go on a Friday, Saturday, we do comedy here. You know, so switching it around from a comedy room to a thing to
yes. It's gotta have other.
It's gotta have other things making money so that comedy can run almost free. Not free, but like for me,
without the stress.
Like I've spoken to you about. I'll travel for comedy and not make money. Like if you want to book me to do comedy somewhere in Africa, in the world, I'm happy to go and do it. I don't need to make money, but I don't want it to cost me money. That's what must happen with the comedy room. You must be able to run it without it costing you money, then it can work.
So do you think if the room was subsidized, that could be
a thing,
a thing, okay.
Definitely.
That could be a
Kaitan
thing.
was speaking to you.
Come on with it.
Well, I mean, that's what we need, a sponsorship. Someone sponsor a room, and because comedy needs, like when Chandra started the Bioscope, I said to him, dude, takes 12 months to build the room.
Yeah.
12 months, then you don't need to market anymore.
Yeah.
And on the first birthday of the Bioscope, they had their first or second sold out show.
Yeah.
And since then, it's basically been sold out.
Every week.
Yeah, it's been full. It's been
exactly.
packed.
So what's happening now is a lot of venues expect that you're putting on a comedy show, we're going to sell out night one, and then it doesn't work. And they go, okay, next month or next week we're going to sell, and then it doesn't work.
And then they say,
by
bye.
The third time they go, no, we're
like,
wasting
get out of here.
You can't do this. And it's like, no, it takes time to do
you've got to build, you've got to get the audience to understand, to know that the thing is happening, to trust the thing, to believe in the thing.
Yeah. Because even when I think about you guys, before the comedy clubs, it was like a Wednesday, then buy thingy, the box.
Yeah.
And then only then did you start going comedy club.
No, dude, and even that,
and it's years.
That came late because there was a stage we were running like 8 gigs a month in Joburg, bruh. We were running gigs. We used to run at the Market Theatre, comedy. What is it? Comedy at 2013. It was 2013 or 2014.
Yeah.
But I think 2013. We started the show at 13 minutes past 8 because it was 2013.
Yeah.
The year.
Right. So
I
you were
could
like,
see the confusion.
Yeah, I was also like, huh?
No, it's the year was 2013.
Right.
So we were like,
So
this is
okay,
funny.
Such a specific thing to build a show around.
Yeah, that is fire.
Wait.
So now
Go.
2025, it's like, 25 past, start.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So we used to run gigs there. We did a Wednesday. Bro, we were all over, man. We used to do a gig at what is this club here? I forget the name. Yeah, in Rosebank. Yeah, the Catsy's. We used to do a gig at Catsy's.
Oh, with the one with the huge dance floor. Is that the one you're referring to? Wooden.
Yes, got like it's a very fancy. They got an outdoor. They had the furs. In the furs.
Oh no, I'm thinking of another spot.
I might be thinking of a different one.
Yes.
There, La Parada, you know, where you go through La Parada and the things are there and you go into the building.
Right.
Then you turn left. Then there's, what is it? What's the steakhouse there? The grill house or...
Yes.
And then, so right next door is Catsy's.
It's Catsy's, okay.
Yeah, we used to do gigs. Yeah, so anyway, we're running like 7-8 gigs a month. Different gigs, different places. And Melrose Arch Fire and Ice.
Yes.
Samoka's room that he does now.
Yeah.
Right.
We started that room. That's how we got into Melrose Arch. Because the owners or the body corporate or whoever from Melrose Arch had come to a couple of the shows and seen, and the space opened up where they wanted comedy or they wanted something to happen in the high street.
Right.
And they were like, let's put a comedy club in. But because of where it was, we had to, on the high street, you had to have a business that runs 7 days a week during office hours. So that's where Roast Cafe came from. And the partnership with Tony from the venue. So that he could run the business side, we could run the comedy side, and that's how it happened. So it was all just the work, the ethic, the putting all the things together, doing the gigs all over. And eventually,
this thing.
Eventually it ended
Wait,
up.
so you guys started Fire and Ice in Melrose?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, dude, we used to do mad shows there. There was a night, because you know the balcony there?
Yeah.
Outside, so... I tell you why,
you told me the story, let it tell me.
So we were there one night watching the show. Well, we've got the show going and it's happening. And the way it's set up, there's... so you walk into the room.
Yeah.
Well, you come out of the lift, turn to the right here.
Yeah.
They've got the bar. Then you walk past the bar, you go straight into the room where the comedy happens.
Yes.
If you go out the door on the left, there's a balcony, that runs along.
Yeah.
So, and if you stand at the end of the balcony here, you can look in the window here and see the back of the bar where you've walked past.
Yes.
And then this side here, they've got
It's
rooms.
hotel.
It's the hotel rooms
Oh, okay.
that are there. And one night we're outside, we're having a smoke and the show's going on. And we look across at the room in front of us.
Yeah.
And you know when they've got the dark curtains open, but the lace curtain is closed.
Yeah.
And it's nighttime, so the lights are on
Right.
in the
So you
room.
can see a silhouette.
Yeah. So when you look out from inside, you can't see out because you just see the lace curtain. But from the outside looking in, you just see the silhouette. My man,
Right.
we saw this going to work. Bruh. The O was, when you got the leg up here, you kept hammering, then put the leg down, turn, pile, So now, I don't know who saw it first, but somebody points it out. Next thing we know, we've got like 10, 15 comedians standing and watching. People from the bar are looking out the window that side because they can also see. Bruh, and the O is just, he was pounding. And you can, when you can see when you're coming to the end, and you can see that last 100 meters is happening, the brass going. Dog, as the O finished, because you could see it. Dude, everybody erupted. Yeah! Rounds of applause, clapping, cheer. Bruh, you just saw the silhouette go. That O ran close. My man. So if you are that, if you know that, I just want to say well done. Well
done, bro.
No, I aspire till today. I sometimes, while I'm busy, I close my eyes, I go, and I try and remember his movies. That was a machine.
Shut down Melrose.
He shut it down, bro.
The whole comedy show. Someone was on stage, you're like, they're sexing.
And the thing is, that's a once-in-a-lifetime thing, bro. You can't experience those things over and over again. Your life is fucked up. That moment, that's once in a lifetime, bro. To catch something like that. Golly, bro. And the thing is, when they told me, I don't remember, it was your show.
It was my one.
Yeah, it was this one man, so we're having a smoke outside. And they were saying, that room. Yeah. So now, they were like, that room, we were all here. That room, I was like, yo.
The pressure, should you book that room?
That room, that's the thing. Now you have to look outside and see. Yes.
No, you have to perform at that.
You have to close the curtains.
You have to close the curtains. Bro.
But man, thank you so much for joining us, Nick.
Thank you for having me, guys.
This has been great.
Fire, bro. Fire. No, next time you're at Fire and Ice, just step onto the balcony. It's right there.
Yeah.
Like, it's right there.
It's high level, bro. It's here.
Yo.
And when we say here, it feels like it's far. It's
here.
It's here. Like,
it feels like you can jump and land, dog. Yeah.
No, if you're having sex at hotels, close the curtains.
Close your curtains. Close your curtains. What are you doing?
That is fire, bro.
Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man.
This is dope.
The happiness economy.
It was fire, bro.
Thank you.
Fire.
And Panch, well done in your life. Nice to see you got your education.
Yeah, man. Doing it. Now it's on Netflix and what. And you see?
Let's go. Thank you to Spotify as well. Shout out to them.
Fire things.
See you guys next week.
Peace.